Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. My name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick weekly stimulus recap. So I'll be discussing the tax refunds going out on the first $10,200 in unemployment benefits that you may have received, the child tax credit payments, scams to look out for, and also the possibility of a fourth relief payment. But first, before I get into the update for today, if you wouldn't mind quickly hitting the like button, that definitely helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, just real quickly, if you would like to receive a couple of free stocks from Webull, make sure to click my link in the description box below. Okay, so jumping right into it today, the IRS released on their website this week that 4 million more tax refunds for unemployment compensation overpayments have been prepared. For those of you unaware, with the passage of the American Rescue Plan, it excluded the first $10,200 in unemployment benefits received. So, for those of you who already filed your taxes before the American Rescue Plan was signed into law, you should receive an extra refund accounting for however much you paid on the unemployment income. The IRS also noted that you should have received a direct deposit on July 14th, and paper checks will be sent out on the 16th. Some payments were also sent out in May and June, and the IRS also notes that more payments will go out throughout the rest of the summer. So, if you don't receive the extra refund in this batch, it shouldn't be too much longer before you're paid. In the majority of cases, you do not need to file an amended return. In some other stimulus news, in Arkansas and throughout the rest of the country, people are receiving text message scams involving their unemployment status. For example, those in Arkansas are receiving text messages saying, "Your Arkansas unemployment insurance claim is currently on hold for verification purposes. Please verify your claim by clicking the link provided below to sign in and reactivate your account." Of course, as you may have guessed, this message is not being sent by a government agency. Sadly, these are just scammers who are sending these messages with the intention of stealing your information. So if you receive any text message, email, or phone call asking for your information, you can simply ignore them. Unfortunately, a lot of these messages may seem legit, which traps a lot of people into falling for them. In some other news, in my last update, I mentioned that the first round of child tax credit payments had been sent out on Thursday. These amounted to $300 per child for parents with children under the age of 6 and $250 per child for parents with children ages 6 to 17. Keep in mind, the age qualification depends on your child's age on December 31st of this year, so if your child turns 6 before January 1st, 2022, then you'll only be receiving $250 for your child. Of course, just like the stimulus payments, there's also an income threshold in order to receive the child tax credit, which for single filers is $75,000 and for married filers, $150,000. Just like the relief payments, there's also a phase-out period for taxpayers who earn more money, which for single filers is $95,000 and for couples, $170,000. If you receive the first payment and you wish to continue receiving them on a monthly basis, then you won't need to take any action. You should receive the next payment on September 13th, which will be falling on a Friday. If you receive the first payment and would like to opt out of future payments for whatever reason, you still have time to do so. In order to opt out of future payments, you will need to log into the child tax credit portal and unenroll by August 2nd. If you didn't receive the first child tax credit payment and you believe that you should be eligible, then most likely it's because the IRS simply doesn't have your information on file. In order to give them your information so you can receive future payments, you will need to use the non-father sign-up tool. These links I'll definitely make sure to include in the description box below. With that said, let me know in the comment section below whether or not you received the first child tax credit payment. In some other stimulus related news, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Budget Committee Democrats, led by Senator Bernie Sanders, have reached an agreement to spend a whopping $3.5 trillion more in their infrastructure package. This comes after a long meeting between Schumer and Budget Committee Democrats, who decided on a budget resolution which starts the process of another reconciliation bill. This is how they plan to pass yet another bill this year without any Republican support. Even though Democrats should have no problem whatsoever passing such a bill through the House, where they have a commanding majority, in the Senate they may face a bit more issues. Being that the Senate is gridlocked with 50 Republicans and 50 Democrats, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer can't afford to lose any Democrat votes. This means he'll need to get some of the more moderate Democrats, such as Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, on board with whatever plan they decide to go with. Being that neither of them have yet to endorse such a high price tag, it's difficult to say whether or not they'll approve. With the Senate breaking for yet another recess coming up in August, Schumer has already promised to hold votes on two different pieces of legislation. The first being the smaller bipartisan deal at $1.2 trillion, and also, of course, the budget resolution that will set up the partisan-based Democrat-only bill. And finally, I did want to quickly touch base on the possibility of a fourth stimulus check, much like the two others that we received earlier this year of $1,400 and $600, and of course, the one we received last year of $1,200. But first, what's pretty crazy to me is the fact that almost $2 billion of stimulus check money is still unclaimed. $2 billion. That's a lot of money. This is money that a lot of struggling families could use. It could be spent on local businesses to help support the rebound, or just on bills such as rent, mortgage, or car payments. So at this point, if you or anyone that you know still hasn't received any amount of the first three payments that you or they should have received, it's not too late to claim them. In order to do so, you will need to fill out a tax return, which is completely free, and claim the amount that you're owed as a recovery rebate credit. This will be on line 30 of Form 1040, as you can see circled up on the screen, so you'll just need to fill in the amount that you're owed on that line. With that said, let me know in the comment section below whether or not you're still waiting on any of your stimulus payments. As far as the possibility of a fourth direct payment goes, the chances are still looking pretty low. Even with the $3.5 trillion budget resolution approved by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrats and President Biden have not once mentioned another check being sent out. This despite, and yes, I'll mention it again, the nearly 3 million signatures on the Change.org petition calling for recurring $2,000 relief payments. So we see a lot of support from Americans for a fourth payment. In the past, at least, we saw a lot of support from progressive Democrats for one. Not so much now though, but still, despite all that support, it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Other than the $250 and $300 child tax credit payments that went out on Thursday and will continue to go out in the middle of each month of the rest of the year, there doesn't look like there's going to be that much more help. As always though, if anything does happen to change, I'll definitely make sure to keep you updated. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video, but before I go, once again, for a limited period of time, Webull is offering my viewers 2 free stocks if you open up an account using my link in the description box below. Once you open an account with Webull, you'll receive the first free stock valued up to $300. Then, if you deposit at least $5, yes, just $5, at that point, Webull will send you the second free stock, this one being valued up to $2,000. Once you receive your 2 free stocks, at that point you can either use the $5 you deposited to invest in more stocks, or you can simply transfer that money right back into your bank account. So again, 2 free stocks. If you are interested, the link will be in the description box below. Finally, if you enjoyed the content in today's video, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could quickly hit the like button, as that really does help with the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so much again for watching, and I hope that you have a great day today.